I can't stream like that. I can't do it. I've tried many, many times. How you guys doing? Welcome to Cute Media Live. King of Nothing guys are watching. They're going to be at Pleasant Street up in Morgantown on the 14th with a lot of guys. Ivory Coast, Tell No Tales, and Curses. Actually, Curses has been on the show also, so it'd be good to see them again. I met them once in person. But this week, I have Amavasya. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Amavasya.
Yeah.
Amavasya.
Yeah. Good job.
I've been practicing for I haven't been practicing at all, but I think Zach, you thought I was pretty smart when I knew what it meant.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You didn't figure I looked it up at all, did you?
Well, we looked it up, and then we were told by other people that we were wrong. So I don't
know. So none of you are Hindu, then? I take it.
No. Nope.
Pretty cool name though. It means what, new moon, or it has to do with their religion and what they do. You want to explain that a little bit further if you know any more than I do?
Yeah. Zach, you could take this one because you're better with words on this.
All right. So it means at least the interpretation we found that made us go with it was night of the new moon in Sanskrit. So for all of us, it kind of took on its own meaning because each of us it was kind of like a new beginning for most of us in one way or another.
Is that all?
Yeah, I mean,
no, I'm kidding. He said you were good with words. I was thinking
the more comedic side of it. So, well, all right. So I'd just been kicked out of a band. Zach Cray had just quit his other band, and then we stole Jake from a band. At the time, our vocalist Yeah, our vocalist at the time, he'd been inactive in the scene for I think like 3 or 4 years at that point. And then Casey, our now bass player, he joined like 2 weeks after we announced that we were a band. Um, but he hadn't been in the music scene for a couple of years either, really. So it was kind of like a new beginning for all of us. And we also spent way too much time trying to come up with a band name. I remember we used to like every practice we had a list of names that people brainstormed, and Jake used to show up. His at the time girlfriend had like hundreds of potential names for us, and we would go through each.
What were the worst ones that nobody
liked?
liked?
I don't even remember any of the worst ones. I do remember one of the ones we really liked was Sang Healy, which is from like Halo or something. But we were really trying to come up with something A, that was unique, B, that wasn't some small black metal band out of Europe with like 500 likes on Facebook, and C, you couldn't make like a penis joke too. And this one, nobody.
I would have more trouble with that. With what was it? What was it? The
Sang Healy.
It's I almost said Schlong Healy.
Yeah, well,
there you go.
That I guess was already taken, and everybody thought it was cheesy. Yeah, that was taken. Like everything was taken. Yeah. So we got stuck with Amavasya, and that was just like the only reason you can't make a penis joke to it is because nobody can fucking say it.
And it's religious. You don't want to piss off the Hindu people. You know,
they tag us
Hindians?
Is all the time on Facebook.
Would they be Hindians?
I guess
many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Hindi. So I don't know if they'd be Hindians or just Hindi or what it would be technically.
Now, speaking of Hindians, your last name, does that have anything to do with Indians?
Yes, I am part Lakota Sioux on my father's side of the family.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have a different first name than Zach, or is that all they could find at the time?
No, I'm the oldest of 5.
They didn't want to call you Zach because you're fast. So it had to be Zach.
I was gonna be named Zachariah Malachi as my first name. And they decided that going into kindergarten I'd have a really rough time. So they they're like we're just gonna call him Zach anyways. Let's just name him Zach. But I really did get gypped because my dad's name is Shadow, and then my brothers are Cade, Kiowa, Tecumseh, and Bodie. So I got really gypped Zach on the first name. Yeah,
man, that's like the short end of the stick or the short straw or whatever. That's terrible, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's not the worst news of the night, though. The worst news that I got today was Beverly Trash, which people that follow the show they know she's been on a bunch of times, and her and Dale live down in Nashville. She has the COVID, so that sucks. So he can't be on tonight. Neither. Well, she obviously can't, but Dale was wanting to be on tonight, and he can't because he's going to be Nurse Dale. I was like, well, that's cute, Nurse Dale. Aw. So that sucks. But so it's just us again, and it's always just me, like because they went on vacation and they didn't have Wi-Fi. Everybody has Wi-Fi on vacation. There's Wi-Fi everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Well, they went to the Smoky Mountains. Okay, I can see it might be spotty, but they had a cabin. Usually there's Wi-Fi. Like that's the perk of when you go on vacation. Hey, free Wi-Fi. You know, every site says that. They didn't have it. That's what they said. But somebody was online.
I saw that green dot.
I saw it, and it's accurate. It's really accurate. Anyway, so yeah, I just saw you guys. It seems like it wasn't that long ago. It's probably a couple of weeks now. Up in Pittsburgh.
A week.
Yeah, so like a week ago at a coffee shop, and I was like, okay, they're gonna have a metal show at a coffee shop, and then I got on the website and I was like, okay, it's called Black Forge, so that sounds like a metal place. So I'm like, okay, and you can't really see anything. You know, I got on Google Maps, you can't really tell about anything about the place. So that was my first time there, obviously, and then Shadow of Corvus that headlined the show, they got their own coffee made for the show, and I'm like, this is awesome. So we walk in. We were a little bit late, but we walked in. Me and my girl, and you guys were up there and you were just starting, and it was like, I was like, yes. So anyway, I was like, I gotta get this on the show. Then I think I saw Jake out back when you guys were done, and walked over and handed him the card. I'm like, here, give me a call. Cute little podcast guy. So that was cool.
Hey, it worked.
Welcome to the show. This is kind of how it goes. It's just a bunch of random things, and sometimes me rambling. Like I'll have some guests on that don't hardly say anything, and that's really difficult. I like to talk. I really do, but I want to, I like to know more about, others.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that's why I always say, just send me like a really brief bio, so that way I can, because if I already know everything, I'm not. I don't need to know because I already know. I mean, So anyway, are you guys all in Erie? All of you?
Oh, yeah, like the greater Erie area. We're spread out all around the
less
area.
area. Or any part of Erie, actually. I don't think.
What was that?
I don't think I've ever been to the greater part or the less greater part.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Actually, Brandon from Shadow of Corpus was just up here this morning. I met up with him for a minute.
Really?
Yeah, he was vacationing here. I'm not really sure why, but he was.
People vacation in Erie?
Yeah, I guess.
Did they have free Wi-Fi?
Yeah, they did. They did.
I'll tell Dale and Beverly that.
Where was my invite?
Yeah, where was my invite?
Yeah, man, just saying.
You guys party it down?
No. We met at a Tim Hortons and exchanged merch. That was about the excitement of it.
Those are like only gas stations down here, Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Buildings like the actual.
Yeah, we have like the brick and mortar actual Tim Hortons building.
Kind of luxury. It's just gas stations. Usually,
you get closer to Canada.
Yeah, you would think that I'm only an hour and a half south of Pittsburgh. You think we would be in the running for at least an actual Tim Hortons, but maybe not. We have a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. That's
oh yeah,
drive-throughs and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys do for like actual work? You guys actually work, or are you big enough to where you can just meddle it out all the time?
Yeah. No, Amavasya doesn't make money. What are you saying? Yeah, no. So I do a couple different things, but mainly I'm a music teacher. They do like private music instruction, tons of different instruments. I work with a lot of kids and some adults.
Out all day then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm very thankful. I love my job. Like my job doesn't feel like a job, which is fantastic. And then I also gig out with a few things that also help me pay the bills, which is a good thing.
Hey, your own stuff too.
Yeah, and I do solo stuff. That also doesn't make money. So.
Well, eventually, you have to get to that tier. That's what I keep telling.
I keep telling my mom, man.
Yeah, eventually I'll make it out of the basement, Mom. Or do you live alone? You don't live at home, do you?
I do. I'm literally in the basement right now. But in my defense, I was living in Austin, Texas, and then COVID took my job. So yeah,
it wasn't COVID's fault.
You're in your mom's basement.
Oh wait, there's two Zachs. I just now realized that, but they're spelled different. Are they really spelled different?
Yeah, they are. I at least got a cool spelling. I share my name with yeah, and I share it with 20 of my best friends that also all play guitar. But
well, at least you got a different last name.
Yeah,
so they're not all Zach Smith, Zach Johnson. What do you do, Zach, other than jam it out?
I work for Rent-A-Center. I'm an assistant store manager, so I lift furniture and appliances and repo furniture and appliances. Or as Casey, our bait.
Go ahead.
Casey, our bass player, he says I let people borrow my PS4 for a living.
Well, kind of. And my first podcast laptop, I got at Rent-A-Center, and it was awful for the kind of
yeah.
I mean, it was awful
for what it was for. It was nice, but it wasn't for a podcast. I didn't know what I still don't know what I'm doing, but for the amount of programs that I'm running at once, and
oh yeah, we just do like
basic. It wasn't. The thing was like when I would get done with the podcast and have everything, be done with the live stream and everything, I would be just sitting there jamming to whatever music was on, and it'd just go, it would just everything would freeze up. It was a I think Asus or something like that. I mean, it was a nice computer, but not
Asus.
just for doing one thing at a time. It was good for like solitaire.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we still
Maybe.
carry those.
So
I get you a screaming deal on one.
Buddy. I sold it to my buddy. He paid me whatever it was worth, for the payoffs or whatever.
Nice.
And I think he still has it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. But
well, if you want another, I'll get you a screaming deal.
I got a brand new MacBook, and this thing is probably more than I need, but it's terrific.
Yeah.
You guys don't sell anything Apple, do you?
We do actually. It all says it's technically like refurbished, but I don't think a lot of it is. But I mean, like you could still get like brand new stuff. It just we don't get it too often, and then 9 times out of 10, if it ever gets returned, somebody forgot to ask someone to like wipe it or clear their iCloud off of it, which essentially it turns into a really expensive brick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure I'll go back to Rent a Center for something eventually, like a what was it? They had like an actual like a stand-up arcade thing, or like an old school.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do. Those? We just started doing. Yeah, we just got a whole bunch like Pac-Man, Street Fighter. Let me know. I want the Street Fighter one. I've thought about like getting that just to, even just to throw it in my living room as a conversation piece.
I think the one they had was the sit down like Tetris one that you like looked at the table and played, or Pac-Man or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard about those, but I don't think we've had any of those yet.
Because the stand up ones you have to stand up. That's what
they got. Some of them have stools.
I want to sit down. Do everything. I'm a lazy guy. Anyway, Jake, you're phenomenal at the drums. I didn't know you guys had any music videos until we got back from the show. The next night, I was just clowning around on YouTube looking up stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna look them up, and there's like videos, and like you guys are sitting out by Lake Erie, I guess, by Lake Erie and jamming out.
Yeah,
music video and stuff, and then you have some drum playthroughs and stuff. So yeah,
we have another one coming actually. That's like a little bit more professionally done. But
is that the new stuff?
I'm excited about that, and thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. You guys have some new stuff coming out, right?
Yeah. The playthrough will be one of the new tracks.
Awesome, looking forward to that. So what do you do other than beating on the drums?
So I actually am just starting my my new job, but for like the past 6.5 years, I've been waiting tables. Well, I started in the kitchen there, but I was working at an Applebee's, and
Applebee's. I was just there.
Yeah, I've been waiting tables for probably 4.5 years of just serving. And then
it can be pretty lucrative. I mean, if you're good, I guess.
Yeah, it's not bad money, and like you can make quite a bit in like short shifts. So it was nice. And then like I could take off whenever for shows and tours and stuff like that. So that was nice.
Actually, pretty much all the Curses guys worked at Applebee's. I just guessed it when I had them on. I was like, so what do you guys do? And they're like, well, we wait tables. I'm like, what, like at Applebee's? They're like, exactly at an Applebee's. Yeah. I don't know how I came. So I don't know.
But yeah, I'm probably still going to be working there a little bit, like here and there. But I just picked up a full-time job working remotely, doing like cybersecurity stuff.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
How did you land that? Are you just like good at it? And
my buddy started there a while, probably 2 years ago now. And he was working there for a while, and then he got his fiance in there. They just got married. So now his wife now, she started working there probably about a year ago, and I don't know, they recently needed some more people, so he like made a post online about it. And I
cybersecurity
was interested. So
this is how I think of cybersecurity. You're at a show, and the band's up there playing, and there's these big dudes in the front protecting you. Is it like that? Only virtually or cyberly or something? That's
What I'm gonna be
You
doing
don't look like
is
you would
like
hit the part. It's no offense, but
no, what I'm gonna be doing is like trying to prevent and any like fraudulent purchases.
ah. So you're just like you just have one or so accounts that you watch. You just sit there and watch them. You get paid for that?
Yeah. So a bunch of transactions will be like flagged by the automated stuff, and then it'll be sent to us, and then we go through the transactions, look at all of the information that's there, and do some research on that and decide whether it's legitimate or
So you can pretty
fraudulent.
much do that from home or wherever you're at. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
For now, at
So
least.
the people that call me from my bank when somebody tries to, you know, swipe my card or not swipe my card, but use my card somewhere that wasn't me. You're that guy that would call me, or you send it to somebody that calls me, or
Well,
you
it
don't have to call
depends
me?
on the situation. If the bank stops it before it goes through, then yeah.
It's interesting.
So we would be looking at it if like I don't know if there's any sort of like weird activity, then it would be sent to us. Like any inconsistencies with like addresses or anything like that.
Weird activity. That'd be kind of be like my podcast. Very weird activity. Sometimes. Yeah, I started doing this a year ago, and I've met a lot of like that. Well, Finland. I was telling you about Finland. I had a couple techno guys from Brazil that actually found my stuff on SoundCloud, and I started chatting with them to there. Tomorrow night. I wasn't going to do 3 shows this week, but I ended up. That's how it worked. And so tomorrow night I have somebody coming on it's going to be awesome. It's Shockwire. If anybody knows anything viral on like Instagram or TikTok or I don't know if he's on YouTube. I'm sure he is. I did find him on Facebook, and he hasn't been active on there for a while. But he his name's John, Jawn. I don't know if that's how you really spell it, but that's how he spells it. But he's got 17,000 followers on Instagram. So it was like a shot in the dark. I just sent him a message. Hey, would you like to do a podcast? And he's like, yes, I would. I'm like, really? like seriously? And I looked on YouTube, and he's done a couple other ones. So Shockwire is going to be on tomorrow night.
Nice.
That's going to be freaking cool. I might need you guys to come back and be co-hosts for that. But anyway, he's in Canada. He's just north of Toronto, so that's kind of what I was getting at. You know, I've had Finland, Brazil, and now finally I'm Canada. You know, you'd think I'd do Canada first, but Finland was the first.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. That's only a few hours from us.
Yeah, well, apparently he's 2 hours north of Toronto, so a little bit farther, but
Gotcha, yeah.
closer than me. I mean,
Yeah.
how far are you guys from Pittsburgh? How far is Erie from Pittsburgh?
Like hour 45 minutes.
That's not bad. So that'd be probably close to 3 hours, something like that for me to Erie. Maybe.
Yeah.
Been depending on who's driving, what the weather's like, you know. When I picture Erie though, I picture like cold all the time.
Yep.
I don't know,
Yep.
it's probably hot all the time though, or well, not all the time, but I mean hot like now this time of year, like it is everywhere, right? Or is it breezy?
Yeah,
Is
for a
it
few
breezy?
days,
like-
it's super cold.
Does
Yeah.
it get windy, breezy because of the lake and everything?
Rarely, maybe.
Really?
I think it's just cold and
Yeah.
snowy most of the like 9 months a year.
How do you live in that?
I'm asked constantly by family that lives out of state why I live where the air hurts my face.
It gets. I had a buddy that went to University of North Dakota, did some graduate work up there, and it was during the worst time. You know, it wasn't in the summertime. I guess they have tunnels to go through to every building, just because if you went outside, your face would freeze.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like I'd want to live there,
Sounds
right?
like a good time, you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a listen to one of y'all's tracks. King of Nothing was on the feed here, and they said, by the way, Amavasya is gnarly as fuck. So
Ooh.
stoked to see these guys are on the show.
Oh, thanks, guys.
From Morgantown. I don't know if you guys are listening. Let me know where you're from. I can't remember. I've looked. You know how many people I look up a day, see where they're from, and what they do, and Anyway, I had let's see, I had this. This is my favorite song, "Clarity."
Oh, awesome.
Which one is it? The suspense is killing me.
Oh, he said clarity.
Clarity, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Somebody want to give me a little rundown what it's like, or what it's like? I know what it's like. It's fucking badass. But what it's about and what the lyrics are about, maybe.
Yeah. So I won't jump into the lyrics too much. But in terms of like the actual song, so when we were first starting, it's kind of like funny. A lot of people don't know this, but like we actually kind of started as a joke. Our goal was to like put out 1 or 2 really good songs, play a few shows over a summer, and then call it quits. And so Clarity was the second song we wrote as a band. The first one was pretty bad, but the second one, Clarity, was pretty good. And we played a show, our first show, and we ended up really liking it. And that's when we decided to keep doing the thing. And we all had a good time. But yeah, Clarity was a lot of fun because the way we wrote it, I remember Jake and I were sitting on my couch in my apartment at the time. Zach and I had an apartment together, and we were sitting there like, yo, what if we did this? What if we did this? And we're like on our computer, like messing with like a Guitar Pro file that was like helping us like figure out some stuff. And so this song was pretty fun, like from that perspective. And then it was actually the first song we went to record. So we went down to Cincinnati, and we worked with an awesome guy. His name's Zach Sebastian. He has a studio down there called Third Eye Studios. And he took it, and it was my first time working with a real hands-on producer. It was awesome. Like he really took the song, and I remember he can know this now. I remember like at the time we were like, oh, he's changing some of our parts and he's doing stuff. And we were all being grumpy about like little things. And then I remember we listened to it as a whole, and we're like, yeah, but he was right. Like, it was like one of those things. The song, it's been a staple in our set since the beginning. I don't think we've ever played a show without it. And it's definitely a real fun one.
Let's take a listen to it, and we'll be back in a few.
What the fuck said we?
That one part where it goes like everything stops. Whoa! Everybody like switched on my screen. Everybody's like in different areas now.
Yeah.
I'm in the same spot.
Actually, no, you're up where Zach was. Well, the other Zach, you're up where
Oh, okay.
for me. I don't know. Yeah, and on the screen, but that's
Keep,
okay.
yeah, keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. Just make sure I'm not. I am getting old. We talked about this already.
Yeah, the one thing too I did want to say too about Zach, kind of the other Zach, the third Zach, who like helped add to that, the guy who like recorded the song with us. There's a couple parts in that too, like where you can hear like there's like a breakdown, but then you hear this like real high pitched like reverby guitar part or something like that. He had a lot of good visions for that kind of stuff. So he did all of Fruition, our first record. He did all of that. And he played a huge part in our sound. And so like I make jokes about it, but like seriously, like it was really cool working with him. And you know, I love that guy. He's awesome. Awesome.
One question I meant to ask earlier, and I don't know why I didn't. So many other things going on. Vocals. Now the guy that was at the show, at the Pittsburgh show, he's not in the band, correct? Or is? Explain to me the vocal thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tread lightly here. I'm gonna tread lightly here. We had a vocalist for the first two releases, so like Fruition and then our first single. Our vocalist at that time decided to step down, and so we did a whole audition process, all this stuff, and we're working through some things, and then we booked the show. And it was, we all were approaching this show like we got to shake off the COVID dust. We're back, and we hit up Trent, who was at the show. We knew him from another band. We were like, hey man, do you want to fill in, you know, for the show, like just for fun? And yeah, he killed it. So he's just
lyrics and everything. Like he just.
Yeah, he put in the work, man. You know, he came up. He lives in Kent, Ohio, which is like about like 2 hours ish from us.
Okay.
And he came up only like I think 3 times maybe.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, and yeah, man, he put in the work and he killed it. I told him, I said it was, and I'm joking because it was a really good compliment to him. I had people all night coming up to me who were like, "Hey, you guys were so good. Your singer though." And I was like, "Yeah, he's not even in the band, dude. Like, what about me? What about
you
our
guys
drummer?"
are okay. You guys are okay with the singer now.
Basically, yeah. But no, it was awesome. Trent did a fantastic job, and yeah, he's just filling in right now. You know, we're very
I think
grateful.
he should join you. Like honestly, I think it fit.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
I was a fan at the show, just at the. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, just at the show.
Well, who does the stuff on the album?
So we had a guy named Barry Eakin. He's done some other stuff. He played guitar for a metalcore band called Edge of Ruin back in the day, and then he was the vocalist in a. I don't even know. Are they death metal? I don't even know what you call it.
I think they're death metal now. They were deathcore when he was in the band, I think.
Yeah, he did vocals there. Yeah, and he was a good dude, and we did the record with him. We started our second record cycle with him, and then it kind of stopped when he stepped down. Definitely a talented dude.
What are you gonna do going forward with vocals? Are you just gonna say heck with it? No more vocals. We don't need vocals.
So
Cray's actually doing them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. He's
come on,
not
dude.
me.
He could. Yeah, he is.
Okay.
No, I'm not. It's a joke. But no, yeah. So the first song we opened with at Black Forge was that 15-ish minute long instrumental song.
I don't remember.
Okay, yeah.
You talk to Steinmiller at the same time and hear him at the same time and try, how's the podcast doing? It's going good.
It's going good. It's going great.
If these guys would turn it down, we could have a conversation.
Yeah, I love him so much. He's awesome. He's a great player too, man. But yeah, the song we opened with, that's off of our new record. And so this next record is going to be an instrumental release.
Really?
Yeah. Nope, no vocals. A lot of shredding, a lot of obnoxious polyrhythm stuff, a lot of nerding out musical wankery. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I like that stuff. Yeah, you ever heard of was it Ghost of the Sun? Have you heard of them?
No.
They actually, when I first heard of them, it was when I was first on Instagram. I'm like, oh, Instagram, I can just message the band directly, and I did. I never heard anything, but that's how it goes. But they played at I don't know, some festival that was. Some metal festival. I don't know. Look them up. They're good. They do all instrumental stuff.
Yeah,
Wi-
Ghost of the
Wisconsin,
Sun.
Wisconsin, talk cheese.
Nice, yeah.
Cheese.
we played Wisconsin.
I think Jake got cold that I was talking about the snow and stuff. He's freezing to death over here.
Yeah, dude.
Are you guys in the middle of a heat wave up there? Is it hot?
Yeah,
Buggy?
yeah, for like the last 2 days.
But I'm in AC right now, so I'm freezing.
Sorry, I kind of get. Let's you want to take a listen to which one do you want to do next? Guidance or Way of the Heart? Way of the Heart's the newest one, right?
Yeah, that's our newest one.
You
Yeah.
want to do that? Let's do that one,
Sure.
and then we'll do Guidance last.
Cool.
Who wants to take the weight of explaining the weight of the heart?
Jake, you want to do this one?
Yeah, Jake.
No.
Yeah, I can.
This one is about Assassin's Creed.
Really?
Yeah. So okay. So we can talk about this. When I don't really play Assassin's Creed, so I forget which one it was, but they did like the Egypt themed one, and when
So
we were,
because we don't play it, we didn't know that it was about that. Let's
yeah.
just do that.
Yeah, so Barry, who was the vocalist, he came in with these lyrics, and we're like, yeah, dude, this is epic, like Sekhmet, and and all these cool words like Field of Reeds, all these awesome lines. We're like, yeah, this is like fucking metal, dude. Well, when we started having vocal auditions, and even before then too, we had people that hit us up and we're like, oh, dude, it's so cool that you guys like were inspired by the new Assassin's Creed, and we were all like, yeah, man, what? And it's like right from Assassin's Creed lyrically, but which is like Egyptian lore and everything like that.
So no copyright issues, just inspired by.
Yeah, a lot of proper nouns. Yeah. But yeah, it was
Take a listen to it, and I guess they can hear it themselves. I didn't get that when I was listening to it, but I haven't played.
We didn't know.
Probably since the first the Xbox 360. Probably the last time I played Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I only played the first one.
It's a fun game. I think there's a new one out, but I don't know. This sounds really.
Oh, there's probably like 10.
Yeah, there is. It's getting up there in the Final Fantasy era or type stuff. Anyway, let's take a listen.
I don't know which one it was, but it's about one of them.
Kind of sounds like a video game at the beginning and the end, or a movie cutscene, or it could be a movie cutscene because like really dramatic at the beginning like that, and then just fighting, beating the shit out of each other, and then at the end just somebody dies, but because not everybody can win in a fight. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
Gladiator,
or
man.
the ending credits to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
something, yeah, or the Keep Me Alive podcast. You know, like that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I do need a theme
New-
song. I don't know what it would be, but
Yeah, we
It could be that.
could be.
this. All right, do you know? Do you ever hear the band War of Ages?
Yeah. No.
So War of Ages, they're they're a metalcore band that they started in Erie, and then now their guys are all over the place. They're pretty big. They came up with like August Burns Red and As I Lay Dying and all those guys. But their guitar player Jack is the guy who mixed this song for us.
You guys got some good people on your stuff. Then sounds like.
Yeah, we get really lucky to have a lot of cool people in our corner. You know.
I had Ire. Have you heard from Ire or about Ire? They're from Pittsburgh. Those guys, they had. I can't think of the name right now. Who mixed their record? But it was somebody real big like that. They just kind of sent their song off to them, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do it." And it was. Gosh, I wish I could remember. I'll have to let you know. I'll have to look it up and let you know. Or you can watch if you watch their. Yeah, here you go. Watch their show that I did with them, and they'll tell you on there.
That's called cross promotion right there, right? Yeah.
Hey, at least I acknowledged it, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, they're I think that's something that's really cool about being an artist in like, the 2021 era, is that's an option. I'm not going to say who, but I this is like, we haven't formally said this, so I guess this could be a cool place to kind of drop this. We have a pretty big name who produced and mixed and mastered our new record.
Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm not going to say who, but like it's something that like we're all really
Dave
happy.
Grohl.
Huh?
Dave Grohl? Was it Dave Grohl?
Well, it was Dave Grohl and James Hetfield. They kind of did half and half.
Yeah, right.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now I can believe that's a weird.
But like, and the cool thing too is like it's so awesome because like even 10 years ago these producers and these mixing engineers weren't as accessible as they are now. You know what I mean? And so it's super cool that like now, I mean, like obviously it costs money, but it's super cool that you could hit up like one of your heroes and be like, hey, my band's recording a record. Like, could you be a part of it in some capacity? And, in our experience, most of the time they hit you back and go, yeah, send us money and we'll do it. And which is, fucking awesome,
Did you send them money?
Oh, we sent them money.
I'll
you
put
did.
something on your record if you send me money.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be, but I mean, I can think of something. We can put our minds together.
Yeah.
Give us another lockdown. I'm sure we could all think of a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yes.
I hope that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to. I really don't. Well,
Yeah. I hope not, man.
I don't think it. At least we'll know how to deal with it.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody knew what to do or what to think.
We'll write another record.
What do you do at home during this? That's why, Zach. I remember you were asking me. Did you start this during COVID? Yeah, because I had nothing to do. I mean, other than like work, but I work out in the woods, so I could go to work. But like, there was no shows to go to. There was no open mics to play my '90s covers, and there's just only so many times I could sit and play some music by myself or have some buddies over. That's only cool for a little bit, and then after a while, it's just like, man, this sucks.
Yeah, man. There's obviously a lot of negative things that happened. Not dwelling on the negative things too much, but I mean, like some of the positive things. And this is actually why I asked you this. Is like I know like, and I'm not trying to belittle like the people who did struggle through this and suffer through this, but like there's so many stories like you, and that's why I asked. And I think that's so cool that like through the pandemic, people like grabbed onto things and did new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like
this isn't in person either. There's like the guys from Finland. I've never met them in person. The guys from Brazil, never met them in person. Now, but the ones I have met, a lot of them from the Pittsburgh area, just from the network that I have up there of people,
Yeah.
bands and stuff. And some of them like Catatonia. I've never met those guys at all, and they're just in Pittsburgh. But that's something I can look forward to. In the future is going and seeing these bands live. But thankfully, I was able to see you guys first.
Yeah.
That was badass. So
Yeah, and I think too that show had a special energy too because I think everyone was coming off their COVID hangover. Everyone was ready for live music.
I was amazed at the space. Well, acoustically, that space was awesome. I don't know if you guys got the same vibe up on stage, but there wasn't a bunch of echoing, and it wasn't too much of a I don't know how to say it, but it wasn't too, how it was a smaller venue, so it wasn't too like that sound. That sound where it's like a basement sound, like it just too. I don't know what it is. I can't think of the word right now. Somebody help me out.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's almost like you're yelling in a hallway.
Like a bedroom that's stuffed full of soundproofing equipment. Like it just sounds awful. But no, that place sounded perfect for what was going on and the amount of room that was there.
Oh, for sure.
And there was a freaking mosh pit, and it was great. Of course, I got out. I'm old. I got away. I watched from the sidelines. I am old. Well, it's not that I'm old. I've had shoulder surgeries, and I don't want to go back and do that again. So
oh yeah.
I try to stay away. But hey, before I forget, I forget every show. I forget because I get excited about who's on every time. But I always forget last week's guest or last episode's guest. I had microguttural fluctuation on. Now I was nervous to have these guys on. Guys and girl, because there's a girl. But they were awesome. The interview was tight, and music was awesome. And they're kind of getting started, just getting going there in Morgantown, and so kind of look out for their stuff. But I appreciate them coming on the show. Also, I wanted to ask the majority of you guys that play guitar and bass and stuff in the band. There's no headstock on these guitars. They look like Guitar Hero guitars. And this is around the time that I was still talking to Steinmiller. When we first got there, I was like, "What's going on up here? Tell me what's." Yes, it looks kind of like a toy guitar. No offense, and it's probably not. It's probably way more expensive than like my whole house. But tell me a little bit about those guitars and what they. I know the bass player was it the bass player that was playing on the that thing at the end of Corvus's set when they had everybody come up. That one's like wooden or something. He was, like I said, Steinmiller, he was telling me all this stuff like this, but I couldn't hear anything he was saying. It sounded interesting. So I was like, well, I'll just ask them.
Yeah, so like headless guitars are kind of like they've kind of trended over the past few years. My attraction to them, honestly, is just like, and I think you hit the nail on the head. You said it looks like a toy, and I agree with that, like in the best way possible. So like flying with it is super easy because it's smaller. Not having the headstock, you'd be surprised. It does cut down some of the weight on the guitar. But also the balance of the guitar is different. So like I have no neck dive, which is where the neck drops down, So super comfortable to play, like super, super comfortable to play.
You looked pretty comfortable when you were playing it. And
yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's one thing going from that 8-string, which is like my Mercedes, and then going to my Legator, which is like my 2002 Civic. It's definitely something going back and forth between those two guitars. But yeah, actually the guitar you're talking about, Casey's, that's a brand new. He just bought that like a few weeks ago. That's a Dingwall, which is a pretty sweet Canadian company.
I hear that, and I'm like, what did you call me?
That's what Mike Steinmiller from Arcane Haven was playing too. He had two Dingwalls, just Casey's. Our bass player, his was a different model, but same brand.
Yeah, that's right. He did say after the music was over, I could hear him. He was like, "Yeah, I actually have some of those." I didn't know. Did he play them at the show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did he? I don't
know. That yellow one he was playing is a Dingwall.
No, both of his were Dingwalls. He had a 4 and a 5-string Dingwall. One was yellow, nice. One was white, I think.
That's
because him and I talked a little while before the show.
It's made in the United States, isn't it?
Australian, I think.
Canada.
Is it Canada?
Yeah, Dingwall's Canada. Yeah.
Shockwire tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that company's pretty cool too. Sheldon Dingwall. I'm not super familiar with him, so I'm not gonna overstep my bounds. But I've had some interaction with Sheldon Dingwall, who's the owner, and super nice guy. Super nice guy. Yeah.
There you go. I'd like to get him on, talk about his Dingwalls.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool though. They work with a lot of pretty cool top profile people, and the thing too that's really unique about that specific guitar brand is like nothing sounds like a Dingwall other than a Dingwall. So like it's so funny, like these guitars, they have such a unique voice. And it's you hear it on a recording and you're like, yeah, he's playing a Dingwall. It's like the best thing ever.
Now Jake, as a drummer, and I dabble on drums. I have a Yamaha set that I don't even play very often. It's not even set up, but that's actually that's the bass head. stickers and stuff. Anyway, do you hear a difference when you play a different set that's a different brand? Does that ring true with the drums as it does in guitars?
Um, yeah, it's not as apparent as like what they were just saying with the Dingwall. Like you immediately know with that. With drums, like pretty much any brand can have good sounding drums if it's like their higher end stuff.
I guess it would be with cymbals also. I mean, I think cymbals you can tell a little bit more than you could like an actual the drum, like the
I
snare.
mean, it really comes like with the drums themselves. It comes down to the type of wood, the type of heads, all kinds of different factors, you know. But then with with cymbals, it's kind of the same. Like you've got like these bright sounding cymbals, you've got the dark ones, you've got really dry ones that don't have any like lathing at all.
That's one thing that I try to. I like a lot of. I like doing. I guess they call it cymbal work, where whether you're in a band or not, you like to play more on the cymbals than you do anything else, or try to add more cymbals to whatever you do. And I try to do that. And I got the titanium Zildjians, and they're nice, but the ride is so ridey. It's way too loud for guys coming over to jam and stuff. So I've been trying to find something that's not. And I'm thinking, is it the size or is it the brand? I don't know. I got more to purchase than just drum cymbals, but
I like a lot of the really bright, brilliant finish cymbals, and then I recently got the hi hat that I used at the show. That's like it's the Zildjian K Custom Hybrid. It's got like lathing and a brilliant finish, like in the middle. So that one's kind of cool.
And do you guys in the band, can you tell that he's using different stuff?
With the cymbals, not so much. I do have hearing loss because of his ride cymbal.
No, come on.
But his snare, like he's switched his snare out a few times since we've been playing together, and 100%, different things. I remember I don't remember the exact model, but I specifically remember the one day he was like super excited because he got his new snare, and he's like, you got to hear how tight this snare is, and it was like every time he hits it, your eyes are going.
I felt that way with snare heads before, just where this sounds so much like brighter.
Yeah.
Like I've sat down at drum sets, other people's drum sets, where the snare is just so, it just seems like it goes on forever. I'm like, dude, tighten this up a little bit, But that's what they're.
Yeah, I always play with a fairly tight batter head, and then the resonant head is a little bit looser, and then I think the snare that Zach was just talking about is a 13-inch snare, and I think it's mostly maple. I think there's like one ply that's birch or something like that.
What do you think of piccolo snares?
Then what's that?
Piccolo snares. Would that be too bright for you? What you guys do?
I mean, I would consider using one as like a side snare because I used a smaller snare. It's a 10-inch.
Just to see.
10-inch snare.
What do you think about electronic sets? A lot of people have different like mixed feelings about those.
I like them. They're they would be nice for like if you have to be quieter and stuff like that. But I haven't had one that's actually decent. I've never owned one that was worth anything. So
yeah, I mean, it just seems like it is fake. Even though it's not, I guess the most expensive part of the thing is the box. How much stuff is on the box. I don't know, but there's a guy that comes in with open mics. He'll bring half the kit's electronic and half like the cymbals are real, and that's everything else is the pads or whatever.
Because
I don't know I don't want to hit it too hard. It just seems fragile to me. I don't know.
when I'm playing music like this, I run triggers on my bass drum, so it's essentially getting an electronic sound from your acoustic drum.
You do that every time, like even at the show and everything?
Yeah.
What does that do? What does that do?
Basically every time that it's like a little sensor that touches the head. And when you hit the drum, it sends a signal to the drum brain, which is like the same thing you would use for an electric kit. And then it plays whatever sound you have set.
That's cool. I didn't know they had
So I
it.
use like a really clicky, punchy bass drum sound so that it cuts through the mix and
I
everyone
did
can
see a
hear
thing. I
me
think
messing up.
over the lockdown period or whatever it was. My buddy showed me a YouTube video of some guy came up with a triple pedal. Did you see anything? Would that be possible? I don't know why you would want to do that. That's just if you're playing that fast, just stop playing. Just stop. Nobody can keep up with you, and nobody's brain can keep up with that amount of pace.
I
Playing
Yeah,
it.
I don't
They
know.
have
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But yeah,
just
you were talking about like different drum sounds and stuff. Like there's even more stuff that goes into that, like different snare wires, different
on an
hoops
actual
on the
set.
drum.
What you're saying?
Like if you have cast hoops, which is where they actually like pour the metal into like a mold, they don't flex as much. So like your rim shots and stuff like that will be way more like uh just like crisp and
Is
articulate.
this expensive? Does it? I'm sure it can get expensive.
It can be, but I mean the snare that I have that Zach was talking about that has cast hoops and it was like I don't know less than $200 or something like
That
that.
sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to put off getting this. I was gonna get a mixer for a new mixer for the podcast and to be able to record and stuff. But might have to put that off and get some cast something.
Yeah, I mean it all depends on the sound you're going for.
See what happens. See how far the show goes here. Hey, we got another song. I want to do one more. We're still good on time. We still got a little bit here. And that would be Guidance. Who wants to take it?
Zach, you could take this one.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you got to tell the story how it was
Left,
named.
though, so.
I don't remember like the full story of how it was named. I remember we were all sitting at our practice place and everybody was like arguing over it, and I was like looking at the lyric sheet, and everybody was just coming up with really dumb stuff, like way overcomplicating it, which is like a theme with this band. I remember like looking at the sheet, and nobody ever takes anything I say seriously. But I looked at the sheet and I was just like looking at the lyrics. I was like, why don't we just call the song Guidance? And everybody's like, whoa, that sounds really cool. And that was how we went with it. But like the overall theme of the song is just I don't know for sure because obviously I didn't write the lyrics. That was Barry. But I guess it probably has like a lot of, not a lot, but some of the theme is like when you're kind of like depressed or maybe having like thoughts of suicide or just giving up or something like that. It's just there's always a reason to keep going, to keep moving forward, which is like a big theme of the song. We did like a promo video for it too, to like tease it, which was with a bunch. It was cheesy, but it was actually really cool. It is one of my more favorite things that we did. It's probably still on the Facebook page.
No.
It might be on YouTube.
No, the promo video was killed with fire. That's no longer a thing.
I think that's
But
gone.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Send it to me and I'll
It was all
I'll play the song.
Well,
it was all friends of the band that like helped with it too, though.
Yeah, which was cool. Yeah, we did have a really good community around it. That is one thing, the one thing I will say though too, because I was picking on Barry a little bit about the Assassin's Creed lyrics. But I do remember with Guidance, he came in and he had this like this really dumb like smile on his face, kind of like the "look what I did" thing. And I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You gotta check out these lyrics." And I'm like, "Why?" And he pointed at a lyric, and like to this day, it's my favorite lyric in any of our stuff. It's to break the chains of tomorrow, we must purge ourselves of yesterday.
Wow.
Which was a really, a real good lyric, a real good line. And it was cool too, because I think this is the only song in our catalog that like I emotionally connected with. Like its lyrics, because it takes a lot for me to connect with lyrics. But we've had a couple people. Josh Boyer's probably gonna watch this. Josh Boyer's an awesome dude. He's super supportive of us. He's told us a million times how much this song means to him. So this is kind of the song that like I think has had like the biggest personal impact on people who've listened to our music. Which I'm super thankful for. Super cool thing.
Cool. Let's take a listen to it. had to stop it because I didn't want it to go to the next song
Yeah, yeah.
on the
It's
playlist.
the bad thing with doing seamless records.
Oh, that's the best though. I like records like that better. But like when I'm mowing the grass or something, I always have my headset on, and every once in a while I look down. I'm like, is that the same song? It can't be that same song. Sometimes it is. Like, yeah, you ever heard of a band called The Ocean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like yeah, they have stuff like, I mean, their songs are enormously long. I mean, like 15 minutes, some of them 20. And I'll find myself looking down, going like, "Is this still the?" Yes, it is still the same song, but it's terrific though, you know.
I'm a huge Between the Buried and Me fan. So whenever I see 17 on the album, like 17 minutes, I'm always like,
It's gonna be.
Yeah, so excited.
Hey, I did want to bring this up, and actually, Zach, you helped me think of it earlier. Was next year, sometime next year, I already sort of, I don't have it locked down yet, but I have a space, an outside space, and There's already a stage, and he's already done some outside music there. I'm thinking about doing a Cute Mania Live festival sometime around it'd be next year would be the 2 year mark of the show. Sometime around then, and getting a lot of the guests back, the ones that can do it. All of them, yeah, that'd be a lot. That'd be almost pushing 50, probably more than that. 100 bands in 2 days, But I mean the guy, I'm not gonna say where it's at or what his name is or anything, but he's got camping, that's available for for that, and he's got everything set up to do a show like that, and he's expressed interest in it. So, so I know you guys will come down. I'm sure you will, right?
That sounds awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. Cause
Yeah.
I'm forcing
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'll have to attend though. We can't have just three guys thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Only the
That
people that
must
were
be
actually
that
on
fun.
the show can come with their band.
Yeah.
Don't bring the guy that had to go work or whatever. So anyway, but I want the headliner to be the Finland band, Brightsville Feast, and back when they were on, I say back when they were on because it's been a few months. I started a GoFundMe shortly after that to get them over here because they've never been in the United States. To get over here and play some shows, not just the festival, but just set them up with somebody that can help them get some shows because they're really good. They're really phenomenal. I looked it up, and it's going to cost around $10,000 for 4 of them to fly. That's a round trip though, so that's relatively not 10,000 people with $1.
Yeah.
So we've gotten 3, I think. So
Wow.
we're up to $15. So we're not quite there, but it's a year away. I mean, even if the festival doesn't happen, I'd still like to get them over here. I think that'd be awesome. It's a dream. It'd be a dream come true for them, for one thing, and it might open the doors for them also. So I'll post the link up to Instagram. I don't think it's on there anymore for some reason. I don't know how to use Instagram, so I don't know why it's not on there. But I'll post it up again, and I'll put it up on Facebook. And I don't think I can do that on YouTube. I don't know if I can or not. But if you're on those things. Look it up, and if you got $1, put $1 in there. That'd be awesome, and I know they'll be grateful also. And you'll get to see them. Hey, how about everybody that donates has a chance to get? I don't know. There's ways you can set up contests on GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But I'll have to look into that. Let's see. I was gonna do some show cleanup stuff here. Friday is the 50th episode. I just celebrated a year. That was enough. I did a 2-hour show, and I got to hear from some past guests, and they came on the show, and that was fun. And I'm not doing anything special for this one. I was going to interview myself, and that's just stupid. Everybody knows me. Nobody needs to know any more. There's nothing more to know. It's still me. I haven't hired anybody else. Yeah, I've tried to hire people and stuff, and nobody wants to work for me or with me. So, but Shannon Doe Thompson, he's been on one time, and he's supposed to have been on 3 other times, but one time he got food poisoning. This is all things he said that happened. That's why he had to cancel. He ate bad salmon, so he couldn't be on. And then there was, I can't tell you the other reason. It's a personal reason. And then he was supposed to be on the 1-year show. He was supposed to check in, and they had a thunderstorm. Well, he's in New York. Okay, he's from Morgantown, but he's in New York now. Well, somebody else was on the show in that general area of New York, and they just got in their car. It was a thunderstorm. It knocked out the power, blah, 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 whatever. Big, scary thunderstorm. Okay, well, that guy got into his car and did with the dome light on. Not Shannon Doe, no. Cancels. So anyway, I think he'll be on Friday. I don't know. I don't know if he will, but he's a singer-songwriter. He's on a good label, and so hey, how you doing? My girlfriend just walked in. So he'll be on Friday, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I told him I wasn't going to post the event at all because of the letdown from the past 3 times. I mean, personal reasons. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. But bad. I told him I don't eat any freaking salmon until Saturday. Got a freaking show to do. But he's got a new album out, and so Shannon Doe Thompson. If you want to look it up, it's I don't even know what genre it would be. It's not John Mayer-y. It's kind of John Mayer-y, but it's not that bad. It's folksy kind of stuff. It's good. He's a really good singer, and he's up in New York for he's trying to produce plays, and he's an actor and all that stuff. So tune in Friday, and maybe you'll get to see what he's doing now. I don't know.
Nice.
But and then also, tomorrow Shockwire. I'm gonna need somebody. Are you guys available tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm afraid of it. I mean, that's a lot of followers. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'll be
Yeah,
down. I'm sure I'll be
I
down.
think you'll do fine. It was fun today with us. We had a good
I
time.
appreciate you guys. What's coming up for you guys? Anything to you see you have some new material coming up, right?
Yeah, so it's no secret that we've been kind of sitting on a record. We're waiting on like some third party stuff before we set any dates or anything. But hopefully we're gonna hear back within hopefully days, like honestly, and then we're gonna start start putting out some new tunes. So we're really excited. We're really excited to kind of close the chapter we've been in and start something fresh.
Yeah, well, definitely let me know, and if you guys want to just pop on for a little bit, just to promote your new song, we can do that.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. I'd love to have you back for a whole show too.
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, and I'm sure Kate.
We already know everything about you for now. So
Yeah, Casey was really bummed he couldn't be here tonight, and I'm sure he'd like to meet you and hang
listen,
out.
he was the really big guy,
Oh yeah, he's a tall guy.
and he's got that badass bass too.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I look forward to hearing what else you guys got going on, and with no vocals this time though. But that's okay. We can hear more of the instrumentals, and triple bass pedal. You're gonna get one, right, Jake? Look it up. You'll get it. I'm sure every drummer will be like, "What is that? I gotta get it." Maybe not every drummer. Other Zach. Wait, you said okay. I thought there was a third Zach, but that was
That was the producer.
There's like 56 of us in our like friend circle of like 57 people.
very popular name of the Erie area and beyond. Right?
Yeah.
Different spellings. Yes. But yeah, it's very nice meeting you guys and figuring out what else you guys doing other than music. That's my favorite part. I think is what do you guys do in real life when you're not on stage? I mean, I know that's real life, but when you see somebody playing, and that's not all you do. You do other things, like have dogs. Like Zach has a dog and it was on his lap, and
Yeah. She actually, I had to mute the mic a couple times because she was barking at me and she kept grabbing my sleeve.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. she's something else.
A good sample for something.
I'll record it and send it to you.
Yeah, do that. Definitely. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else unless there's anything you guys want to say.
Yeah, no, I mean just thanks for coming out or for having us out. I should say, not coming out.
When are you guys coming back to Pittsburgh? Any plans?
Nothing on the books right now. I'm supposed to be coming through with my solo music in October. That's still getting locked in though. But for Amavasya, we don't have anything on the books right now. But hopefully sooner than later.
We'll get you booked to Morgantown. I'll make that happen somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pull some weird strings that I don't know. I don't have any strings.
Story of my life.
But hey, if you guys can stick around just for a second, I'll talk to you when we get done here. But I'm gonna play some.
Yeah, definitely.
Shockwire he only has 3 tracks out on for everybody to listen to, and obviously I'm not gonna play them all, but I am gonna play this one. It's probably my favorite of all of them, and it's kind of parody, kind of ish, but it's really good. He's a phenomenal guitar player. He'll be on tomorrow night, 8:00, right here at the same channel. And this song is called "Heavy Metal Flamethrower Truck." See you tomorrow night.